Hey, what's going on everybody? Mike here, AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our second episode on our all-new 2024 Integra Type S. Now in the last episode, we made some great progress. You guys saw this vehicle got off the delivery truck. We got some window tinting done. We got some Spoon Sports, lowering spring, brand new set of TE37 Michelin PS4S tires, and also some ceramic coating. Now in today's episode, we will keep going and we got some factory accessories. So why don't we take a quick look and see what we got. All right, guys, so here are some of the accessories that we'll be doing on our project car. Now, right over here, right in front of us, is the carbon fiber Decklid spoiler that we saw on one of the previous episodes. We got a pair of lighted door sill right there for front and back. We got a set of upgraded floor mats and also a Type S trunk tray. Now, TJ gonna be helping us today doing some of these accessories. You saw him on the last video. We're gonna put a link up here as well. TJ, so what will we be doing today?
I think we should start with the door sills, seeing as how there's more work involved, and then we can move on to the spoiler.
Well guys, with the illuminated door sill, the upgraded floor mat, and also the trunk tray out of the way, I want to take a quick moment and show you guys our next accessory before we jump onto the carbon fiber Decklid spoiler. Right over here we have the factory OEM car cover designed specifically for the Integra Type S. As you can imagine, you got beautiful, beautiful fitment for the front and back. Got a beautiful Acura Integra insignia in the front, and also from the side, which read Type S, we got the pocket for the outside mirror, and also for the XM antenna. Now take a look at the back here. Very, very thoughtful pass-through material for your exhaust system for your temporary startup. Now this car cover is designed for outdoor. Obviously you can use it for indoor. So one of the things that you must protect as a car cover, as an outdoor car cover I should say, is water. Now let's do a quick test. Well, I think that does the job. Now, let's get back with the carbon fiber Decklid spoiler. Now, before we do the installation, we want to take you guys to the body shop, and Brian from Paint Society go show you guys a quick trick how we're going to protect and give that spoiler some extra gloss.
All right, thanks, Mike. And I'm going to show you this little trick that Mike was mentioning. Now, we see the spoiler, it looks good, but we want it to stay looking good. So we're going to take this sander, and we've got a P600 grit on there. And basically what we're going to be doing is refinishing this spoiler, and we're going to be using a high solids clear coat. So it's going to be very UV resistant. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is basically get it all sanded down. And what you see there is that the P600 sanding paper is just scuffing the original clear coat. Now, when these parts come from the factory or any carbon fiber piece you get, some have little to no clear coat on them, and some are just the resins that it took to work and cover the actual carbon fiber weave. Now, I have never really seen any carbon fiber pieces from the factory or bought carbon fiber pieces that really last without doing this process itself, which is applying a high solids clear coat to protect it. So once we got everything completely sanded down, we used a maroon scuff pad, which you're seeing here, to get all those edges. If you don't have it completely sanded down, it could peel. We're going to be using this Sikkens high solids clear we were talking about, and it's already mixed up here with the hardener. And all we're going to do is apply clear coat. You can see here how it's dull, and we'll apply 2 coats. We're using a Segola spray gun, and a Segola spray gun is really going to lay it down flat. And believe it or not, this came out even better than it came out of the box. It's nice and clean, very protected. We applied 2 coats with 10 minutes in between the coats. And after this was done, it was looking like a show car piece, and it's ready to go back to Mike so he can do the installation back on the Integra.
And here's the final product of a carbon fiber Decklid spoiler. So glossy, and also added extra protection. Now next up, let's go ahead and get a car cover off and get this installed.
All right, so we decided that we listened to some the guys' comments and some of your guys' comments on the fitment on the TEs about the 18s being a little too small, and we like the way it looks, but we want to make sure that everyone else has a chance to see what it looks like with a couple different options. So we went ahead and got a set of Vossens in a similar size and width as stock, but with a different offset and with a pretty nice finish on it. And the good thing about this is we don't have to buy tires because we can reuse the Michelins that came with the car. So the fitment will be good. The only difference with these, other than the design and the finish, is the offset is a lot better offset. I think the stock wheels are like a 60 offset, and these are, what are they, like a 40? Yeah, 40 offset. So that should give us a much better fitment over the stocks with the lowered suspension. So let's go ahead and take a look at them and see what we got. These are also very nice, and the design kind of gives us that Y-spoke look of the, you know, what is it, the TLX Type S and the NSX. They all have this Y-spoke design. So that's the reason we chose this, and the finish should complement, you know, a darker finish like the TEs and the stock wheels as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get the TPMS put on this, and we're gonna break down the tires from the stocks and mount everything up. All right, so we have the stock Michelins off of the stock wheels. We got some right here, and we're gonna go ahead and get everything mounted up.
Whilst John mounting and dismounting the tires, we took a stock wheels and also the Vossen HF-5 HF-5 back here to weight it to see what are the weight difference between the two. Let's take a look. First, we have the stock OEM 19-inch wheels. We are at 26.2 pounds. And second, we have the Vossen HF-5 HF-5 at 24.4 pounds. That is 1.8 pounds lighter than the stock wheel. just like that one, able to get both front and rear wheels all finished up in and out. And take a look at this beautiful coating. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and load up the wheels and head back to the shop and get them installed. And just like that, guys, we're back in the shop. Now, before we throw these wheels back on the car, we got a few accessories right here on the table. We want to spend a few minutes to show you guys a really good compliment our new wheels and tire setup. Now, over here, we do have a brand new set of lugs from Vossen, along with the wheel lock, hub-centric rings, and also these upgraded center caps. Now, these are the original center caps that comes with the wheels, which look pretty good already. Now over here, I did opt in instead of billet center cap. They do have different colors options. I just opted in for the red. I think it looked pretty good with the Brembo red caliper. So it looks something like that. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty good there. Comment below and let us know what you think. So next up, let's go ahead and get a car up in the air and get the TE37 off, and we can mount up the Vossen HF-5. Well, guys, there you have it. We got the Vossen HF-5 Weissbook design wheel installed, and these wheels are finished in this beautiful matte gunmetal. Now, we also opt in for the optional billet center cap in red finish, and I think matched pretty well with the Brembo caliber. Now, these wheels is the same size as the factory OEM wheels, 19 by 9.5. The exception, much more aggressive offset, and you can take a look at this right over here. Now, these wheels is plus 40, the OEM is plus 60. Definitely a lot more aggressive here, and don't worry about rubbing because it's gonna clear everything down here. Now, up here in the front, look really, really nice too as well. Take a look at the fitment there. And guess what? We got plenty of space up here. Nothing to worry about. And also, definitely clearance for the Brembo caliber. Now, before we finish up this video, we want to show you guys our new tool because we want to double check our TPMS sensor. Let's take a look, see what we got. All right, John, so what do we have here?
All right, so we got the wheels and tires on the car. As we told you before, we swapped over the TPMS sensors. So they'll probably already gonna link up with the car, but we have our Autel system here. Then we're gonna give you a look at how you can use the scanner to help you with some of these functions, including some of the other things it does. All right, so here's what it comes with. It's pretty simple setup. It comes with our cable to connect. It charges through USB. It's a pretty awesome system. Comes in this really nice case here. Let me set this down. Get this out the way. There's a bunch of different Autel systems. They're all pretty similar in their appearance. Some have a little bit bigger display, some have more processing power, some have more access, more ability to do different things with the car. This one is the MaxiCOM MK808S system. This one has 2 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage on board. So you can store a lot of data on here and pull it up later if you're doing some troubleshooting. A lot of the guys at the dealership, we have the access to the Honda tool, but that one's more proprietary and it has a few more constraints and it has a little bit more access somewhere else, but the system's a little slower. This thing's pretty quick and it works on every different model. So when we have used cars and stuff like that, off-brand, this thing's gonna help us do some of our diagnosing and even some reprogramming. One of my favorite things you can do with this is put the brake pads, excuse me, into maintenance mode to do rear brake jobs. And this gets to it real quick, real easy. It'll automatically scan the VIN and pull all the information up for you. It has Wi-Fi updates. It's a pretty good tool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and plug it up and take a look and make sure that our TPMS sensors are reading properly and that they've switched over from the TE37s over to the Vossens. All right, so now we're booted up. We unlock it, and then we can go straight into the scan tool. If you come to service, that'll give you some shortcuts into certain things I was talking about, such as TPMS, other stuff like that. Diagnosing is where you're gonna pull up your data list and some system tests. So here, let me bring you into the service section. You have stuff like oil light reset, electronic parking brake. This is how you're gonna put the car into maintenance mode for rear brake changes. Here's all your different brands. Automatic selection is gonna automatically scan the VIN and bring up everything that we need so we don't have to choose it one by one. That's our VIN. So we use the automatic scan feature to pull the VIN up and bring us in to our functions. We have our diagnostic area, our hot functions. These are gonna be little shortcuts. Service, and this is where you're gonna reset your maintenance and go through different things. Body electrical, powertrain, chassis. Steering angle sensor. Tire pressure monitoring system. We'll take a look in here. And we can do a active test, sensor ID learning, or threshold rewriting. These are all same options that the Honda tool will allow you to do. All right, so everything's come up that it has completed scanning all the new TPMS sensors in, and everything is ready to go, drive, and now the TPMSs are paired to the car. There's a few different things that we can do. We'll go back into there again. We'll take a look at this active test. So it's finished scanning all systems on the car. Then we can hit this and it'll give us a report. It'll let us know the system and then if it has the codes and all the different code counts. We can see here this car being in excellent condition and brand new. There are no codes on it. I'm sure once we start fooling with it, we'll have to pull the scanner back out to clear a code or two. But as of right now, that's what this does. I use one of these all the time. It's very helpful. If you're trying to do some DIY stuff, it's always good to have a scanner. New cars have a million different systems in them. I think there's 3 or 4 different communication systems in this car alone, and this one being the lower level. They have higher levels and even lower levels from this. This is like a mid-level tool. This will give you access to most things that you're going to need to deal with. Anything above that's probably going to have to go to a dealer. All right, so we're all done here. If you're interested in one of these, we put some links down at the end of the video, down at the bottom in the description. I'm going to pass it back to Mike. He's got some more stuff going on.
All right, guys, we're all done here. So let's do a quick recap and talk about what we have done so far on today's video. We start off with some factory OEM accessories, illuminated door sills, premium floor mats, Type S trunk tray, and that beautiful carbon fiber Decklid spoiler. Now, before we did the installation, we sent that spoiler to our body shop. Brian from Paint Society gave it an extra clear coat to give it an extra protection and gloss. Then we got a set of brand new Vossen HF-5 in beautiful matte gunmetal, and we're able to use the factory Michelin PS4S tires. Then we finish everything off with some ceramic coating by Turbo Wax. Now, to take a look at the new look, definitely give a complete different look from this 18-inch TE37 to this 19-inch Vossen HF-5. Now, in the next episode, we're jumping under the hood, and hopefully we can get more performance out of this 2-liter turbo engine thanks to PRL Motorsports. You guys don't want to miss. Make sure you guys subscribing to our channel, and also give us a thumbs up and drop a comment below and let us know what you think about today's video. We're gonna wrap today's video up, guys. My name is Mike, behalf of Ace Garage. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see all of you again next week.